One of the most common things I hear from women is, Aparna, I still love him. And every time I hear that, I want to slow the conversation down. Not because she's wrong, not because I don't believe her, but because love, attachment, and dependency can feel very similar from the inside. When emotions are involved, it's not always easy to tell the difference. You miss someone, you think about them, you feel emotional, you want them back, and naturally the conclusion becomes, I must still love him. But is that always true? Sometimes it really is, and sometimes it isn't. Sometimes what we are calling love is actually attachment. Sometimes it's dependency. Sometimes it's fear. And sometimes it's grief. That's why I think this conversation is so important. Because before you can decide what to do next, you need to understand what you're actually feeling. Let's start with love. Because love is probably the easiest word to use and the hardest word to define. Most people know what love feels like. Very few people stop and think about what healthy love looks like. Healthy love doesn't require you to lose yourself. It doesn't require you to shrink yourself. It doesn't require you to constantly prove your worth. Healthy love allows two people to remain themselves. You can have your own thoughts, your own friendships, your own interests, your own identity, and still deeply love each other. Healthy love doesn't say, you complete me. Healthy love says, I choose you. And there's a difference because when two whole people choose each other, love becomes a relationship. When one person depends on the other to feel whole, something else starts happening. And that's where things become confusing. Now let's talk about attachment. Because attachment is completely normal. In fact, attachment is part of being human. We become attached to people, to places, to routines, to memories, to lifestyles, to familiar experiences. And that's why endings can be so difficult. Not necessarily because the relationship was healthy, but because it was familiar. I often hear women say, I miss him so much. And sometimes, when we talk more, what they actually miss isn't the person. They miss waking up next to someone. They miss having someone to call. They miss family routines. They miss shared traditions. They miss the dream they thought they were building. They miss what they hoped the relationship would become. And all of those feelings are valid. But missing something doesn't automatically mean it was good for you. That's an important distinction because many women start questioning themselves. If I miss him so much, maybe I made the wrong decision. Not necessarily. You can miss something and still recognize that it wasn't healthy, like sugar, right? You can miss someone and still know that they are not right for you. You can feel attached and still move forward. Emotions need time to catch up. That's what I always tell. Your emotions don't move at the same speed as your reality. Sometimes your mind understands something long before your heart accepts it. Logically, you may know the relationship wasn't working. Logically, you may know things had become unhealthy. Logically, you may know that leaving was the right decision. But emotionally, your heart may still be catching up. And that's normal. The problem is that many people interpret that emotional lag as a proof that they should go back. They think if I am still hurting, it must be love. If I still miss him, it must be love. If I still think about him every day, it must be love. But sometimes it simply means you're human. And healing takes time. And while attachment can make us miss someone, there's something else that can make it even harder to let go. Something that often disguises itself as love, but it's actually driven by fear. And that's where dependency enters the picture. Now, let's talk about dependency because this is where many women get confused. Dependency often feels like love, but it sounds very different. Love says, I want you in my life. Dependency says, I need you in my life. Love says, my life is better with you. Dependency says, I don't know how to function without you. Love allows space. Dependency creates fear. Fear of losing the person, or fear of being alone, or fear of having to rebuild, fear of discovering who you are without them. And because that fear feels so intense, many people mistake it for love. But intensity and love are not the same thing. And just because a feeling is powerful doesn't mean it's healthy. And that's an important distinction to bear in mind. Because sometimes what we are grieving isn't the person. We are grieving the idea that we can no longer depend on them. Fear-based relationships brings us to something else now. I have noticed that many women stay in relationships not because they are happy, but because they are afraid. They are afraid of loneliness. They are afraid of starting over. They are afraid of what people will say. They are afraid of making the wrong decision. Afraid that They may never find love again, afraid that they might have to live alone. And trust me, all those fears are real. I'm not dismissing them. But fear has a way of disguising itself. Sometimes fear introduces itself as love. Sometimes fear introduces itself as loyalty. Sometimes fear says, I am commitment. And unless we are honest with ourselves, it becomes difficult to tell the difference. One question I often think about is this: if fear disappeared for a moment, would you still make the same choice? Sometimes the answer is yes, sometimes it isn't. And that answer can tell us a lot. Intensity is not always love. And I think this is one of the most misunderstood parts of relationships. Many of us grow up believing that intense feelings automatically mean deep love. The stronger the emotion, the stronger the love. At least that's what we are taught, right? But life is not always that simple. I wish it was. Some relationships become emotional roller coasters. A fight, then a reconciliation, then distance, then closeness, pain, and then relief. Pain and then relief. Again, pain and then relief. Over time, the nervous system starts getting used to that cycle. The low feels unbearable, the high feels incredible, and you get stuck in the roller coaster. And eventually, we start craving the relief that comes after the pain, the apology, that the affection, the attention, the reassurance, the feeling that everything is okay again. And because those highs feel so powerful, people often call it love. But sometimes what they are experiencing is emotional intensity, not emotional safety. And those are two very different things. Healthy love is not always dramatic. In fact, healthy love can sometimes feel surprisingly calm, predictable, stable, safe. And when someone is used to chaos, that calmness can even feel boring at first because the nervous system has become accustomed to the roller coaster. Love, attachment, or dependency. So, how do you know where we are? Let's make it simple. Love says, I care about you deeply. I want the best for you. I choose you. I can be myself with you. I respect myself and you. Attachment says, I miss you. I miss our memories. I miss our routines. I miss what we had. I miss what I thought we would become. And dependency says, I can't imagine life without you. I don't know who I am without you. I need you to feel okay. I need you to make me feel secure. Without you, I don't know how to move forward. And sometimes, if we are honest, we may discover that what we are feeling is a mixture of all three, which is why this conversation is rarely black and white. If you're listening to this today and thinking about someone, I don't want you to ask yourself, do I still love him? Not yet. I think there is a better question. Ask yourself instead, what exactly am I missing? Am I missing the person? Am I missing the routine? Am I missing companionship? Am I missing familiarity? Am I missing the future I imagined? Am I missing the feeling of being chosen? Am I afraid of being alone? Because the answer to that question often brings far more clarity than simply asking, do I love him? The truth is that love, attachment, and dependency can feel very similar when you're in the middle of them. And most of the relationships have all three, which is okay. But when you are in a separation and you ask these, if you don't have that clarity, there is a problem. That's why so many women get confused. There are so many women question themselves. And that's why healing can feel messy. But clarity begins when we stop judging ourselves and getting curious. Just get curious. Not what's wrong with me. That's not the question. Instead, ask yourself, what am I actually feeling? Because once you understand what you're feeling, you can finally decide what to do with it. And maybe that's the real goal. Not to stop loving, not to stop caring, but to understand the difference between love, attachment, and dependency. Because when you understand the difference, you understand yourself better too. So until next time, take care of yourself. Bye.